Hello everyone, welcome to the Wildflower Pages Yoga. Today we're going to do about a 10 to 15 minute practice that you can do at work. It's particularly good for if you're in a seated position all day. So this will just stretch your legs and your arms and move some energy in your body. So when you're ready, just find a spot in a space where you have a little bit of room to move. You're not going to hit anything. And let's get started. So we're going to start in a standing position, grounding the feet into the mat, finding Tadasana. So to do this, bring the feet together, toes and heels touching, and then inhaling, lift the toes, feel all four corners of the feet grounded to the mat. Exhale, gently relax the toes back into the mat. As you inhale, draw up through the muscles of the legs, the abdominals. Bring the shoulders up and then exhale back and down away from the ears. Reaching the fingers towards the earth. Inhaling, crown of the head towards the sky, closing down the eyes. Exhaling, finding your Tadasana. Focusing on your breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose, working on finding a complete belly breath just to ground ourselves in the practice today. So inhaling, drawing the breath down into the belly, up into the rib cage and then the chest. Exhaling, releasing first from the chest, the rib cage and the belly. 2 more times like this. Inhaling deeply into the belly, up into the rib cage and the chest. Exhaling, feel the chest relax, the rib cage and the belly. Last time, inhaling deeply, feeling the belly balloon out towards the front of the room, the rib cage part and the chest rise. Exhaling, release first from the chest, the rib cage and the belly. Continuing with this breath practice throughout these movements today. This will keep you connected in your body while you feel into the stretches. So inhaling, reaching tall through the crown of the head. Exhaling, extending the fingertips towards the earth, finding Tadasana. This is an active pose and you should feel like you're working here. And then on your next outward breath, release, let everything go. Inhaling, take the arms up overhead, palms meet in prayer. Exhaling, taking a side bend to the right, keeping the arms in line with the ears, feeling a stretch down the left side body. We're going to take 5 breaths in each pose today. So inhaling deeply, exhaling, finding your own pace of breath, working with your own lung capacity. With each exhalation, can you deepen a little more? On your next outward breath, completing this asana. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, taking this to the opposite side. Really drawing your right shoulder blade down your back towards the earth to open the chest. This will help keep your arms in line with your ears. Press the hips forward to keep them square towards the front of the room. And with each outward breath, find a little more depth in the pose. On your next exhalation, completing the asana. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, making a triangle with your hands, Trimuchi Mudra. And exhaling, engaging the glutes. Take the triangle overhead, arching the head and neck back. Taking a back bend into the upper back. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, hands together in prayer, drawing them down through the center of the body, finding Uttanasana, forward fold. Working the legs towards straight here. You can keep a slight bend in the knees if you feel you need. And then feeling that stretch through the hamstrings, all the way from the heels to the seat bones. letting the head, neck, arms and torso hang heavy and gravity weigh you towards the earth. Feeling your body create space with each exhalation. Maybe you can turn the head from side to side just to loosen up through the neck. Exhaling, can you relax a little more? From here, you might even like to take hold of either elbow with the hands, and you can take gentle rocks from side to side just to loosen up a bit more. And then finding stillness, connecting with your breath, using that complete belly breathing. Exhaling, relaxing the hands towards the earth. On your next inward breath, bring your awareness to your legs. Press the soles of the feet into the mat. And then we're going to roll up the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, going as slow as you can. Feeling each vertebrae stack on top of one another as you rise. Letting everything hang heavy as you come up. If you find any nice juicy spots here, feel free to roll back down through that area and then come up one more time just to give it a little more love, a little more attention. And then the crown of the head is the last thing to come up. Inhaling, exhaling, rolling the shoulders back and down away from the ears. If you'd like to challenge yourself today, you can add in a balanced pose. So exhaling, feeling the soles of the feet ground into the earth, particularly the left foot. Inhaling, drawing the right knee up to bring the thigh parallel to the mat. And then from here, we're going to hug the knee in towards the chest on the next inhalation. So breathing in. Exhaling, taking the thigh parallel to the earth once again. Holding onto the knee with your left hand. You can choose to take a twist here if you'd like to challenge yourself. Inhaling, taking the right fingertips to the sky. Exhaling, opening the shoulder, taking the hand towards the back of the room. If you wobble here, that's completely normal. Just find your balance again. Focusing on your breath. And then if it's okay for your neck, you can turn the gaze to look at your right fingertips. Staying for 5 breaths. Can you open the shoulder a little more? Exhaling, completing. Inhaling, turning the gaze back to center, taking hold of your right knee, hugging the knee into the chest before releasing it back to the earth. So exhaling, grounding the soles of the feet into the earth. We're going to take this to the opposite side, bringing the awareness to the right foot, really finding stability here. Inhaling, drawing the knee up so that the thigh becomes parallel to the earth. Interlacing the hands over the top of the knee. On your next inhalation, hug the knee towards the chest. Exhaling, lower the knee, thigh parallel to the earth. Keeping hold of the knee with the right hand this time. Inhaling, drawing the left fingertips to the sky. And if you'd like to challenge yourself, moving into the twist, taking the fingers to the back of the room, opening the shoulder. And then exhaling, you can turn the gaze. Once again, staying for 5 breaths. Focusing on your stability, your balance. Exhaling. Inhaling. If you fall, that's okay. Just find your stability and come back into the position. Everyone staying for the exhalation, completing by deepening the twist. Inhaling, fingertips back towards the sky, turning the gaze. Exhaling, taking hold of the knee. Hugging the knee into the chest on the inhalation. Exhaling, lowering the foot to the earth. From here, you can take the feet hip distance wide or a little more. And we're going to take a back bend here if you feel like you'd like to stretch a little bit more into the upper back. So I'm turning to the side just so you can see what I'm doing. So exhaling, taking the hands to the backs of the thighs. Inhaling, drawing the crown of the head towards the sky. Exhaling, opening the chest. On your next inward breath, you're going to turn the gaze towards the ceiling and then exhaling, engaging the glutes to protect your lower back. Slide your hands down your thighs. Working with your own limits, respecting your body. Do what feels good for you. If you feel any pain, come out of the asana slightly. Staying for your next exhalation, finding your depth here. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, sliding the hands down the front of the legs. Finding your forward fold. Taking 5 breaths here, really focusing on sending that outward breath towards any areas holding tension in your body and just asking them to release a little more, allowing you to find more depth in the pose, to deepen the stretch and really feel the benefits of the practice. Exhaling, completing this asana, finding the depth in this fold, and then inhaling as we did before, engaging the legs. You're going to roll up the spine. Once again, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, going even more slowly than you did last time. So if I was watching you, I would barely notice you move. Once again, if you find any juicy spots, feel free to roll back down and give that area a little more love by doubling the attention, rolling back up again. Inhaling, crown of the head comes towards the sky. Exhaling, drawing the shoulders back and down away from the ears. From this position, with the feet hip distance wide or a little more, you can take a twist if you didn't want to take the twist that we did before with feet together. So from here, inhaling, bringing the hands into a fist, drawing the arms parallel to the earth. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Exhale, keep the hips square to the front of the room. And take the right arm to the back of the room, bending the left elbow. Staying for 5 breaths. With each exhalation, maybe you can deepen the pose. Remembering to respect the limits of your body. Our bodies change in each and every moment and each and every day, so it's important that we listen and give the body what it needs in that moment. Finding your final outward breath here and your depth in this asana. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, taking this to the opposite side. Remembering to square the hips towards the front of the room. And really twist from the upper spine here. Focusing on your exhalation. Can you deepen a little more? Exhaling, completing this twist. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, releasing the hands down by the sides of the body. Here we're going to move into Hustinas, a dancing elephant pose. So just bring your awareness to notice anything that is surrounding you so that you're not going to swing your arms into anything or anyone. So inhaling, just bring the arms up overhead, stretching through the crown of the head. Exhaling, relaxing the hands. And then with that exhalation, just shake out, loosen up through the body a little. And then we're going to lead with our gaze. So where our gaze goes, our body will follow, grounding the soles of the feet into the earth. You're letting everything go. And literally just moving your body, leading with your eyes. Moving around all of the stagnant energy in our body, imagining that it's traveling down our arms and out the ends of our fingers, any tension that we've dislodged in the practice. And then from here, if you feel you'd like to find more depth in the twist, you can even lift either heel as you move through this asana, just remembering to focus on the tops of the feet and whether they're grounded into the mat so that you don't lose your balance. And then grounding the heels if you've chosen to lift the heels, slowing this movement down, coming back to center and finding stillness. From here, you can finish your practice, or if you'd like to find a little more stretch through the legs and you have the space, or you're wearing the appropriate work clothes, you can take your feet so that they're about 5 palms distance wide. You can measure by placing the hands on top of one another and then taking them to the ground, walking the hands out from the fingers and the thumbs. And then if you've measured your 5 palms distance wide stance, inhaling, coming onto the fingertips, reaching forward through the crown of the head, taking a halfway lift, engaging through the muscles of the abdominals. You're going to inhale, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, take the arms out wide in one strong line. From here, we're going to take a side bend. So exhaling, take your right hand to your right knee, reach your left fingertips towards the sky. Draw your left shoulder blade down your back towards the earth to really open the chest here. Press the hips forward, keeping them square towards the front of the room. And then with each exhalation, maybe you can find a little more depth in this asana, sliding your right hand down your right leg. Taking 5 breaths in this pose. Maybe you're deepening the stretch with each outward breath, or perhaps choosing to stay where feels good for you. Preparing to complete on your next exhalation, finding your depth. Inhaling, engaging the muscles of the abdominals, drawing the torso up. Exhaling, taking this to the opposite side. Drawing that right shoulder blade down your back towards the earth. And with each exhalation, maybe you deepen the stretch. You can close down the eyes, bringing your awareness internally, even more so. And then taking your final outward breath, preparing to come back up on the inhalation, engaging the abdominals. And then exhaling, you're going to draw the hands down through the center body, finding a wide-legged forward fold. Really hinging forward from the pelvis here. Let everything hang heavy from the torso, the shoulders, the arms, the head and the neck. You can once again just turn your gaze from side to side to loosen up through the neck. And with each outward breath, once again, sending that energy towards any areas holding tension, allowing the crown of the head to move towards the earth just a little more. Staying for one final exhalation. And then inhaling, taking a halfway lift, fingertips on the mat, torso parallel to the earth, crown of the head reaching forward, drawing the rib cage together or the ribs together to engage the abdominal muscles. And then from here, we're going to walk our hands towards our right foot and exhale, draw the nose towards the knee, keeping the hips square towards the front of the room here. We're sort of swooping in from the left side so that you can bring your belly button towards your thigh and then maybe touch your forehead onto your knee. If your arms are still extended here and this feels like it's your limit today, then feel free to stay here. But if you have more space, you can deepen into the pose with each exhalation. Staying for one more exhalation. And then inhaling, coming back to center. Finding your halfway lift. Exhaling, taking this to the left leg. As you find each outward breath, maybe your belly button moves towards your thigh a little more and your forehead towards your knee. Here you might really begin to notice that one side of your body is a lot more open than the other, and you can find more depth in your asanas there. This is completely normal. So it's important not to judge yourself and just work with what is, not what you want to be. Exhaling, completing this asana. Maybe touching the forehead on the knee. Inhaling, walking the hands back to center, taking a halfway lift once again. Exhaling, heel toe the feet back to the center of the mat, toes and heels touching. Exhale, find your Uttanasana forward fold, really hinging from the pelvis here, extending the legs if that feels okay for your hamstrings, or you can maintain a slight bend in your knees, especially if you tend to hyperextend. And then with each exhalation, can you lower the upper body closer towards the legs, the crown of the head closer towards the mat. Here you might even find that you can touch your belly button to your thighs and your forehead perhaps might meet your knees. Exhaling, fully releasing into this pose, staying for one more round of breath. And then from here, letting everything hang heavy. You're going to inhale and draw up the spine. Once again, rolling up to stack vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Can you go even slower? And then bringing the head and neck up. Inhaling, exhaling, rolling the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Closing down our practice, taking the arms out wide, inhaling to meet the palms overhead, exhaling, bringing your hands to heart center, thumbs pressing into the sternum, tucking your chin to your chest, closing down the eyes if you feel safe to do so. Taking a moment to acknowledge your breath, noticing how it's traveling into and out of your lungs. Taking a moment to notice how you feel in your body after taking those movements. And thanking yourself for taking 10 minutes out of your day to pay attention to your body, your breath, connect, quieten your mind. Closing down our practice as we say, Namaste. Thanks everyone for joining me in the practice today. I hope you can apply these stretches throughout your day or find 10-15 minutes to spare. If you love the practice, I'd love to hear your feedback or anything you'd like to see in future. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to stay up to date with new video releases. If you'd like to join an online live yoga class, you can also find information about those events by following my Instagram and Facebook. Just search at the Wildflower Pages. Thanks again, and I hope to see you on the mat next time.